Good, you?
Wonderful, wonderful, thank you.
Do you remember what you thought when you read the script the first time?
I thought it was incredibly bold. I thought it was refreshing. I was reading about 7, 8 scripts a week at that point. And it just sucked me in. I sat there after reading the script and thought about it for about 20, 30, 40 minutes just straight in silence. And what I came out of it with was, I want to be part of the conversations that this piece is going to spark. I want to be part of, you know, these high-level, nuanced, in-depth conversations about who we are and the culture that we live in. And it does it so sharp and beautifully that I just couldn't not be a part of it.
The movie is very intense, characters are very deep. How did you get into the mind space of a horror movie character?
I never thought of them as in a horror movie. They were just like met with these extraordinary circumstances and had to get through them while protecting each other, while remaining in love with each other and in love with being parents and trying to save their children. And then for the Reds, it just was their opportunity to have their time. So it was really flushing out point of view, and I never thought of it as a horror movie. It was just, man, how do we survive? How do we move our lives forward?
How did you prepare to, I mean, I'm sure that, you know, the process of building both characters were different for you, for Gabe and the Red.
Of course.
What did you specifically did for, you know, Gabe?
Well, for Gabe in particular, it was really understanding how this character was going to be functioning in the script and understanding why he's important and how I'm needed to really show a certain aspect of the family in juxtaposition to where my wife is. So if I could lean into one direction, the opposite direction also becomes just as strong and prominent. So I knew I had to do it. Understanding that he was meant to be the clown, he's meant to be the truth teller, he's meant to be their version of the audience, so that that he can actually still maintain enough distance from the action to still be funny and make a critique and commentary on it. And then for Abraham, it was really, how do I represent someone without judging them? I never judged Abraham and said he was a villain. I thought that he was a good man presented with an opportunity to liberate himself, both physically, mentally, spiritually, in every single way. And he was pursuing that deeply.
What is, in your opinion, the message, the allegory of the movie that the audience should not miss out on after watching the movie?
I think it's about cultures of power and privilege. You know, the Wilsons, as much as we love them and, you know, we can see ourselves in them, they represent incredible privilege and comfort. And it's really, to me, about how we participate in those privilege, and then the others are not in such a privileged position. The Reds are not in such a privileged position. So it then begs us to question where we fall in that dynamic, right? And then how we create monsters. What do we create monsters out of? People that look exactly like us, you know, in our society. And what people are those? Are they your homeless? Are they your immigrants? You know, what are they? Are they people that just don't make as much as you or vote differently? It's that kind of question. So I think it's really to question yourself.
What's the answer? Are we the monsters?
There is no answer. That's the powerful thing about art. Art begs you to create the answer. It's not didactic. It's meant to ask you a question and spark a conversation so that you do the unpacking yourself for yourself. It's us.